Welcome back to the channel. We're gonna go down to a little creek and fish. This creek feeds Lake Linville, my home lake. There's some big fish that go up in there sometimes, and sometimes there's nothing in there. So we're taking a gamble walking down there. It's on some people's property, so we got to get permission from them. But we're gonna go down there, check that out, and see what we can get. Looks like the storm has knocked a tree down, but the water is muddy and murky. So what we're going to start off with is probably this big worm. There could be something in here, hopefully. The water's pretty low right here, and I don't know if there's nothing in here or not. There's been some good fish in here before, so we'll just try it out and see. Over in that area is a little deep pocket. That's why I'm kind of staying back right now. We're going to put this big worm down for a minute. Get this swim bait here. Alright, we weren't getting nothing from the swim bait or that big worm, so I switched it up and put this little Ned Rig on. There are some fish nibbling around on my swim bait, but I think the swim bait's just too big. I think they're little bitty fish. So we're going to go with a little bit softer presentation. Now there's a lot of, like right in here, a lot of sticks and roots that's growed out. A lot of the bank is real rough here. So we'll probably end up losing our Ned Rig pretty quick. But I had to try it just to get a little softer presentation, a little more finesse presentation out here. Just seeing one come up there. That's probably a gill. And the Ned Rig worm that I got here, the Z-Man worm, I've never used down here at this lake. So I don't know how effective it's going to be. There we go. Done got a fish. I knew there was little ones in here, and he choked it. I had to get my pliers out to get him out, but there he is, a little bitty fat bass. We'll get him unhooked and show you the release. Alright, here he is, super little bass. But look at the belly on this kid. He's been eating healthy up in this creek to be such a small little bass. But we'll get the release on him here. Oops. I knew there was something in here. I was hoping for bigger, but I knew when they was nibbling on my swim bait that there's going to be small bass. So let's get the Ned Rig back out there, see if we can catch us another one. We may pack up here in a minute and drive on up the road to the main lake and see if we can catch anything up in there. May also walk on up this creek a little bit. We'll just walk up through here, see if we see a little juicy hole, and we'll flip in, see if we can get us a fish. A little bass swimming right here in front of me. Walk on up some to a little deeper spot here. Oh, that's a good one right there. If I can get him to eat it. That's a 2-pound right there. Maybe not quite 2, but he's a good one. He's just chilled out right there. I'm going to have to lay it right on his head. There's another one right there next to it too. A little one, smaller one. I don't know where he went now. He might have swam back down the creek or up the creek. We're going to go down there and get my swim bait and throw up through here. I don't know where he went. Alright guys, we kept throwing. I had to change batteries while this guy was floating around in the water. But we kept throwing and ended up catching the smaller of the two. Got the little dude on a swim jig or swim bait here. Whoa. He's the smaller of the two. That big one's still in there somewhere or another. Get him back down in the water. But we kept throwing that swim bait right here, a white swim bait with a chartreuse tail, and he come up and got it. Now we just need to go for that bigger one that's in here. We can get him to eat. But something ain't quite right with him. And I don't know if he swam up further away or if he's still right here behind this tree root. But they are gnats flying around me like crazy right now. That was pretty crazy. I actually had to get my bag here and get a battery out and change batteries. My GoPro died right as I was throwing this. I'd like to know where that bigger fish went to. He's got to be around here somewhere. Oh, I had one over here. Little bitty guy. Alright guys, what we're going to do is we're going to cut this swim bait off. And while we was gone on vacation, I stopped at a store and I bought some stuff. And what I bought that I'm most excited about is this Whopper Popper in bone color. $11.99 for that sucker. I'll show you the rest of the stuff. I got some wacky weedless hooks. Got me some reel grips for my rod or my reel. Got some sinker stops. Got this the old wacky tool, which I'll show you that. I already got it took off. is this here. You stick your wacky worm down in there, or your Senko down in here. You pull this rubber band up from here, slide it over there, and then you put your wacky hook in it. But what we're going to do is we're going to open this Whopper Popper up, and we're going to plop it around right here and see if we can get that bass to come up and get this. Now, I ain't never used one of these, so you're seeing history right here in the making of something new that I've never used. And I don't know if you just tie it straight to the line like this or not. So if you guys have used one of these before and you know a better technique than just tying it straight to the line as I'm doing here, please drop it in the comments. Let me know. That way, if I don't lose it here, hopefully, with all these trees and stick-ups, that next time I use it, I will know how to properly use it. Now, this might be the proper way of doing it. I don't know. But that's the way we're going to do it today. Just tied it straight to the line, and we'll get out here and see what it does. Got me a leaf with it. Does that count? I don't know. I don't know where that big fish went. We ended up moving down to the drain, which is right there. We throwed the Whopper Popper for a little bit. Didn't get nothing. We ended up switching to the jig on some braid on my new reel. And again, didn't get nothing. There you have it. Another good day on the water. Caught a couple fish or 3, something like that. Maybe 2. We'll see you guys on the next video. And if you haven't yet, drop down there and hit that subscribe button if you like what you see. We love every one of you guys, and we'll see you on the next video.